Alright, we're back yet again for more Metazoo content on the Relic Jones channel. We happen to have the Earth deck right here. Another name that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. If you've seen a lot of my content, you know that's not my thing. Yet again, you got your main beastie. If you have seen Metazoo HQ, you have heard enough about that. But the key thing about opening up these decks is I want to see what is the killer cards that they have reprinted, or maybe just stuff that has been overlooked, because I have not seen many people go over just spellbooks. Yet again, I might be a little late on that. Let's go ahead. Main beastie being a Sasquatch, quite interesting. Earth already has a lot of potential. It's always a lot of high aura cost though, but I still haven't seen anything to really help gain those benefits from those combos that are possible. Like there's not many giants to actually use Grafton Giant from and such. We'll go ahead and see if this being, let's think. Trying to think what was the last Earth deck. I have a feeling that all of these are doubles up of previous decks, but maybe not. Maybe this is the first Earth spellbook. But let's go ahead and see. So you got the main beastie, Guru. If you know, this was one of our, I pronounced that wrong. I really just went over it. But this was one of our first sneak peeks because someone accidentally was sent a copy that they shouldn't have been. It's a really weird card. We got the mummy and getting a play set of this mummy. Interesting. I wonder if the beastie mummy thing is going to actually be an archetype to go through. Crocodillo. Interesting. I did not like this. At the end of the turn, if this beastie did not declare an attack, awaken it. I do not understand then why it would not be awakened. Interesting. This attack does 40 damage if this beastie was declared a defender. It does not have enough HP to really think about being a defender, but fine. These are giants. They're kind of more of like hitting your wall for giants, to defend giants, but it's at a pretty high cost in of itself. But I do like the giant sloth referencing. But I've been noticing in the set we have a lot of really good just damaging earth spells, like a boulder bash here. You can target 2 beasties and do 25, where you can do 50 to just 1. It lets you kind of pick and choose what you want to hit, and especially when you're trying to hit, I think when I'm thinking about hitting with spells, I'm either doing a little extra damage to finish off a beastie I couldn't, or if I am targeting a deck that has a lot of stuff like, I don't know, spirits to deal with, earth-shattering earthquake, destroy all terras and deal more damage. I guess really encourages multiple terra play. Ready the Defender, and that's interesting because this is a reprint that we've been looking for. It's a really good reprint, and with alternate art with this, I don't know, Brock from Pokemon Wannabe. Interesting. And a play set of Ready Defender. This generic, love the generic draw. We happen to have a special ground, which is a lucky view ground. Let's see if there is a basic, is that stars? Where is that comets in play? The first coin flip that you do is automatically becomes heads unless effect says otherwise. That's nice to play with countless other things and then a bunch of earth. Interesting deck. I still don't think that this is a deck that's going to pull Earth back from its spiral. It gives you a lot of more beastie stuff, well, beefy stuff. It needs, my opinion of what Earth needs is a low-cost beastie. It helps more play. Like, was it Tammyknocker that lets you reduce the cost of giants that you play? You need something like that that is a little bit more generic, maybe not just for the cost, but helps you play some of those higher beasties. Cactus Cat is almost what you got as a low cost, obvious play. But I still think that was way better, more better than the Forest deck that we got. But I guess we're going through Forest fatigue because they decided to give us 3 different Forest aura decks. Yikes. But I really wish they would have done more with Earth, because it seems like every time we're getting an electric deck, the electric deck is good. An example of another aura type that needs a good starter deck to go out with is when we get Seance, we better have a really good again, spirit deck. And a really good dark aura deck. Because Hobsonville Goblins, though are kind of fun, kind of are very easily forgotten so far. But that's just me ranting. Next, we'll be opening up the Tombstone Monster. And again, Fire doesn't really need more support of itself, but we'll see what's in it, see what that cool reprint is. If you want to stay on to see that, make sure to comment and to go ahead and subscribe. There will be more Metazoo content, especially if I see the fans wanting more Metazoo content. But stick around, look at some Let's Plays, look at some other content, solve some mysteries. And this Relic Jones out. At the end, maybe I'll go ahead and explain the decks, since this is the final video. What decks in what order do I think are good? Clearly, Forest was literally the worst. Though everything else after that was pretty good. I actually think it would probably be Earth, then followed by, let me reach across the entire world, followed by Aliens. Aliens is pretty good. The draw engine in this is insane. I'll probably do our new Fire thing because it's the good backbone of making another deck. And some of these are. And then you literally have the Dream deck here sitting here in Electric. But that means Electric has had the top decks in the last few tribal releases. It's insane. The first set, you clearly had Ding Bells being the best one out of the tribal decks. And then you have Water being essentially best, because you had a play set of stuff like River of Time, and you had a play set of Flood the Earth in there. And then even the last one, which I still want to even know what to say, what's the best, you had the Forest deck having essentially a deck where you buy it, take out Paul Bunyan, and just throw in Bigfoot, the one that gives you the win condition, and you have almost a pre-constructed Bigfoot deck anyway. Everything else is kind of escaping me on that, because there's probably a better deck than that in there. Then in this, I clearly think that there's a big gap between these decks and just what we get in these two. If you want to play Aliens, you'll need to have a whole lot more different stuff to combo into this, though it's still pretty good. Earth, the only reason why the Earth deck isn't good is because the support. The Earth whole archetype is lacking, because there is either really weak things that are still at a high cost, really big things that don't combo with each other and don't do good with each other. But then this Forest deck is I really got to question if something was wrong with what they put in it. And is that a Forest God's Amber in her hand? Which we can't get anymore because of the reprint rule. Questions and questions and questions. Now, if you want to see more content, even though I have a booster box that have been misplaced, I do have a upcoming video where I'm going to go over a different booster box I bought that came in way quicker opening that I can have. We can have some of these discussions if you wish. But go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Please tell me what you want to see, and if this even helped. Did seeing this video on all the spell books help you think about what you even wanted to purchase, even though it's been a month after the fact? I will try to get a better card shop to buy from next time. But this is Relic Jones signing out, and good gaming. Please like and comment and subscribe.